Hi, this is attorney Nicole Christie from the Christie Law Firm, where we work hard to make families stronger. Today I want to talk to you about the usage of marijuana while a mom is pregnant. And so I wanted to alert, families to the fact that if a mom gives birth at the hospital and ends up testing positive for marijuana or any other drug, they will immediately report that to DCF. So something you should be aware of is that this testing is going on, and it is something that is done, and you don't necessarily have to give approval for this test to be done, nor do you have the ability to approve or disapprove them being able to report it to DCF. Doctors and nurses are mandated reporters, and therefore they don't need your permission to be able to report information to DCF should they suspect potential child abuse. And so when a baby is born, the meconium is tested, as well as the baby, as well as the mom. And if any one of those parties tests positive for marijuana, even if you have a medical marijuana card, it is going to start a DCF investigation. So one of the things that you want to do, should that happen, if you know that you're using marijuana and you're pregnant, first and foremost, I would recommend not using marijuana while you're pregnant. If it's something that you feel like you need for mental health purposes or for a physical need, try to see a doctor, try to see a professional to see if there's an alternative, simply because it could end up impacting the baby as well as cause DCF to become involved should you or the baby test positive for marijuana. When that happens and the hospital reports it to DCF, DCF will come out. They will literally get there before you're even discharged with the baby. And it's very difficult to have just given birth, given all that stress, and you're trying to be happy that you have this baby now with you, and here comes DCF. Simply because the hospital had to report that you or the baby tested positive for marijuana or for some other drug. And so what they'll do is talk to you, they'll talk to the family, talk to both parents to try to figure out what is the plan. How are you going to care for the baby? They'll try to ascertain your level of usage of marijuana. Again, just having a medical marijuana card does not resolve the issue. They need to know that when you bring this baby home, you'll be able to care for this baby. Especially babies, they are completely dependent upon their parents. They're not a 16-year-old who can, go and microwave something when they're hungry. They're dependent upon the mom and dad and their caretakers to make sure that they are fed, that they are changed, that they are soothed, that everything that happens for a baby that should be happening can happen with these parents. And so just to be aware, DCF can take it so seriously that they think you're not able to take this child home and could try to remove the baby from the hospital and from your care. Unfortunately, it is something that I have had to do even as a DCF worker. It is probably one of the worst things to do because, the mom and dad don't even have a chance to bond with this baby. So don't put yourself or allow DCF to, say, well, you can't care for this child because he tested positive. If there's any way that you can stop using while you're pregnant, it's best. But if not, and you do have to rely on it, make sure you have a plan so that if DCF does get involved, you can address it and say there's no need to remove the baby. The usage will not impact my parenting. And as a backup, maybe I'm going to be staying with my mom and she's going to help me with the child 24/7. Or we have relatives, or we have friends, or we have some means of being able to show the baby is going to be okay. If you end up testing positive for something more serious like fentanyl or cocaine or some type of opiate, it is a strong possibility that they would consider removing the child because those drugs can be so addictive and can be so damaging to a person's ability to really function that they won't be able to trust that you can take this child home. Again, in those circumstances, you can find alternatives. There are mother and children programs that allow a mom to work on her sobriety while caring for her baby. You can get relatives to come in to see if they can stay with you 24/7 while you get treatment. But just know that it doesn't have to result in DCF removing the child, but testing positive for any drug can cause DCF to become involved even before you leave the hospital with the baby. And so if you want more information, if you ever should need assistance, please don't hesitate to contact our office at 860-461-7494, or just give us a call or send us an email, and we will be here to help you. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, like this video, and also share it with other individuals who might be dealing with DCF and a substance use.